Troy, you're not going to believe this, but the last time I was here, there was two of us from Iowa on the day. So, what are the odds? There's a reason there's a lot of us from Iowa. So, anyway, it's great. It's great to be with you all, and I'd be remiss if I didn't start by thanking. We've got some special committee members and staff people who are here today. When my wife and I moved here 26 years ago from the University of Georgia, there was no way we could envision being here this much time later and being the CEO of one of the top amateur sports organizations in the country. So we're certainly grateful for the opportunity. I'd like to introduce Monique Morial, who happens to be our president this year and is the first lady president in Sugar Bowl history. Stanley Kahn, who is our chairman of the executive committee and a past president. I see David Milius back here as past president of the organization. Melissa Stoltz is here from our staff, who must have drawn the short straw to have to listen to me speak again today. And then we've got a couple of people, Joe Sherman and Tyler Sherman back there, that help us out. Joe, congratulations. Like, I'll echo everyone else's sentiments. That was just a fabulous year, fabulous career that you've had so far, and wish you nothing but the best going forward. Tulane and LSU, congratulations on a great start, and good luck as you go ahead. As you both said, you got big games coming up this week, and we'll be watching with great interest as we go ahead. We have a big year this year, needless to say. In addition to hosting our annual Allstate Sugar Bowl game on January 1st, we're also involved in the hosting of the College Football Playoff National Championship game, which will take place on January 13th in the Superdome. It's a little different than the last time it was here when you saw it with Alabama and LSU back in January of 2012. The biggest difference, and I think I outlined that a couple years ago when I spoke to you all, was the fact that we had to go out and bid on this event. We had to compete against other cities from around the country, and it was purely, at the end of the day, a financial decision that they're making with each and every city they go to. They look at other things, but at the end of the day, they're looking at who can help and underwrite their costs, and they've expanded their programming as such that it's a significant undertaking for any community that takes it on. Yes, you get it back in economic impact and national advertising, but again, I always talk about New Orleans. As much as I love this city and it's made us home, we're often fighting outside of our weight class when we're competing against the Dallases and Houstons and Los Angeles and Miami and Phoenixes of the world that have a lot bigger corporate communities that can support these sort of undertakings. Perfect example, when Dallas hosted the very first college football playoff national championship game, they had $15 million that came from the state of Texas right off the bat to host that game. Here, we're going to get $4 million this year, and the cost is the same to put on the event. I'm proud of the Sugar Bowl committee, who took a bold stance, and it has pledged up to $8 million of its own money to help bring this event to New Orleans. It's money that we won't see back, but it's money that we feel is part of our mission, and we'll be able to do that one time, but we're hopeful that the state and others, as we move forward, if we get have an opportunity to bid again on this event in the future, that they'll be able to step up and help us so that we can continue to bring these events. We are working as part of the host committee in bringing that game here. Us and Jay Cicero's group at the Sports Foundation are working together on the project. There are a lot of moving pieces. The teams arrive on the Friday before the Monday night game. We have, there's a 3-day music festival that'll take place. It's free to the public down at Woldenberg Park. There's a 3-day fan interactive event that will take place in the convention center Saturday, Sunday, Monday. There'll be a big headliner concert on game day at Woldenberg Park before the procession comes up to the Superdome on game day. We're excited about the opportunity because it really has become a special event, and there's a reason it's been in 10 different cities in the first 10 years that it will have been held. So again, thank you on that part. As for the Sugar Bowl, we continue this year with our arrangement with the Southeastern Conference in the Big 12. We host the best teams that are not in the playoff in the off years. If you aren't familiar, every 3 years we host a college football playoff semifinal game, and that we'll have that next year. But this year is the SEC against the Big 12, which guarantees us great teams and great matchups. The Texas-Georgia matchup last year was a good one that we were very happy and it did very well for the city with over a $200 million economic impact for the area. So it's a pivotal year for us as well in that we're renewing a bunch of contracts, not the least of which is our most important sponsorship contract with Allstate. The finances of that, again, not to get too much inside baseball, but the big check is written between Allstate and ESPN. And then we come behind and do a local deal that it helps us support the events that Ken was talking about a little while ago, the LHSAA and all the amateur and youth sporting events that we've been able to put our name on over the years. And that's a very important negotiation that is actually coming to a head this afternoon on a conference call that we hope to get some good news on. But we need to make headway in order to continue to support amateur sports the way we do in this city. We believe in amateur athletics and high school athletics. We're proud to have been a sponsor of the LHSAA for these past several years. And I'll just go ahead and address it before I get asked is, we're not happy about what's going on with the LHSAA right now between the publics and privates. We've voiced as much, and I wouldn't say so if I hadn't told Mr. Bonine directly, but we're hopeful that they'll find a way to smoke a peace pipe because we got involved in this to support all kids of this state, not just the public or the private kids. So hopefully cooler heads will prevail at the end of the day and they'll be able to reach a compromise so that we can feel good about the partnership moving forward. Again, I'd encourage you, I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't tell you that Sugar Bowl tickets are available right now, Ticketmaster.com and AllstateSugarBowl.org. And I don't want to incite panic here, but we believe this year, not to wish any bad luck on you, Birds, but we feel like we got a good opportunity to host y'all this year one way or another in the championship game or at the Sugar Bowl. And that always creates a mad frenzy at the end of the year when LSU gets in the game. We love it, but there's always never enough to go around at that time of the year. But again, we thank you all. Thank you for the way you support football in the area. It's an important sport and it teaches lessons that all of us have learned over the years, how to get knocked down and how to get back up, dust yourself off and keep going forward. And it's important that we continue to teach young people through this great game. Thank you.